Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Airport CEO, where we are now in one of the biggest airports that I've ever built, accepting the most planes I've ever accepted, but not quite so much the most passengers, because only last episode did we increase our passenger ratio up to 20%. So I wonder what today's going to bring and how many passengers we're going to have coming into our airport. But because we got more passengers coming in, it's now a perfect time, more than ever, to start thinking about the inside of the terminals to get them all up and running. Because once they get past through security, all they've really got is 2 toilets and a restaurant, which it's not really that good, is it? It's not really that good. So I want to try and get things, more stuff added in, more restrooms, more stores, more restaurantes, all that kind of stuff in. So we can really start to serve our passenger base as we are now slowly increasing the passenger numbers. Now, we've already got 1,000 people here already, which is kind of crazy. And I already think my game is now starting to lag. Crazy, I know. Absolutely ridiculous. But we're going to pause it for a moment and we're going to get some of this stuff placed and built. So, what I want to do is I'm going to first clone this here because I need to place it there to finalize this area off. It's a way that we got our passengers in and out of the area a little bit quicker with our beautiful little walkulators. So if I copy all of those and I literally rotate and place you in, bam. Easy enough, easy enough. And we're going to then finish this off with a little bit of blue carpet. So making sure that we get this all correct, we have a 3 gap space on each side. And then we do a, is it a 3 gap? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yes. So that, oh, this one actually goes all the way down. Glorious. And then for this, we have a 2 gap and a 2 gap by a 2. So this will go to there. And then this would go just to there. Oh, these actually, it sticks out by 1 more, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, and then guess what, guys? That area complete. Oh, apart from the actual flooring of the marble, which I've literally just forgotten to now do. Right, I'll quickly get all this in. All right, cover all this up. Make my life 10 times easier. And then we're going to plan out our next moves. So the next one's going to be quite interesting because we've got to figure out how we do the walkulators then going upwards, but how we also incorporate it into a store. Because I want to then clone this to add a second variation up here, if it's even going to be possible, I don't know. And also sort out all the walkulators as well. So I reckon what we do is we dedicate an area. And I reckon what we should kind of think about doing here is matching this up to there. Now that covers 2 gates almost. So I'm just trying to think about the logistics behind it. So if I then decide to go for this way, which is that, to kind of close that off, I'm going to build a store here. And in between, we're going to do a male and female restroom. And then we're going to clone that another section further up and then do seats all in between. So it's a lot I'm going to then try and now get done. So a shop room, if I can try and replicate this, this is a 48 by 34. So 48 by 34 is there. We've now got the zoning set up to where we want the stores. And then we're going to try and build in a bathroom area. So if I leave... So if I went there to there... Is that about right? To... No. So so if I just do this real quickly, and there to there is a 90. So I'm basing that off the edge of this. So a 90 is there. There you go. That is the space that we've got. And we've done a 3, 4, 5. So, bam. Just trying to figure this all out in my head. So I want to do it correct. And then we'll build a restroom because we can put like little seats and stuff around. Yeah. I would say that looks bigger than that one, but we got to remember, we got the marble floor that kind of slightly throws us off. So is there a center point then? So that is then a 210. So there's not really a center point. One's going to be slightly bigger than the other by 1. But that's fine. That's going to be fine. And then we'll get some... Do you not actually go large? No, is large... Yeah, large doors is too big. We'll go medium, boys. That's a window. Medium doors. 1 there. 1 there. 1 there. And 1 there. And then we'll quickly zone these rooms. So a bathroom. And a bathroom. Now, there's 2 ways in which I can go about doing this right now. I can allow them to build what we've currently got available, because I don't want to build a load of stuff and then force them to then struggle to get it all in and it take forever and we're always waiting. So I reckon we just slowly start building it in stages. I reckon that will be the perfect way to go about doing it. So the contractors are pretty close anyway, so it shouldn't take them too long to get over here. And there's not really that much that they've technically got to do. So we play the waiting game. Where are they? What's taking so long, boys? Why are they already taking so long? Now, the contractor sites are just here. There's 1 there, and we have 1 over here as well. So, what are we actually now waiting for? Oh, I see them all running out here. Oh, yeah, of course. They've got to go to the delivery site to pick up the goods. And now they're on the way. I don't know where they're choosing to walk in. Apparently, they can jump over walls. That's a new one. That's a new one right now. Oh, snap. Hold on. I just realised how much stuff they're getting done over here. Right. This shouldn't take us too long. If I close my eyes, it don't exist. Soniac, that is evil. That is pure evil right now. So, 1 more walkulator to go. 1 more walkulator to currently go. Which it is done. All the walls over there have now been built, and there's only a handful of plants now remaining for them to complete. And phase 1 done, mate. Almost. So next we'll look towards doing the flooring. So we get the nice little tile floor down for the bathroom area. We're going to continue with our marble flooring. Running all the way up and around and down. And then we can do a wooden floor, right, for the store. That's how we'll do that. Now, is this is not all in. So this I've got to then bring all the way up. For our beautiful marble flooring. Cost a fortune, but you can barely tell the difference between the concrete flooring that wasn't there originally. But we don't talk about that. And what style of floor? I'm gonna go for this one. Right, and boom. So nothing really new for the contractors to do right now until I start building all this stuff. So let's start with the restrooms then. We're actually going to build a wall. We'll do a 2 gap either side. That's where we're going to have the sinks and the slight little walkway. So we'll do that, and then we'll build everything else off it. So restrooms then. We're going to start with the sinks. There we go. Rotati. Sinks all in. We'll start with the toilets. And I reckon we'll do it like this. So all the way down to there. All the way down to there. Now I got a couple of options here of what I can do next. But I reckon we simply... I can build a wall, which is completely fine, but I'm going to do it like this. Where they just back onto themselves. And the wall would be a single wall like that. Does what it needs to do. Now, this is the female one. We do need the hand dryers. And we're also going to quickly throw in as well, as an additional, trash can. So trash cans either side. I might as well do it on this side as well. Now this will be the male one, but this one will be slightly different. Now while we will still have the wall in, the one side here would be for the urinals, basically. So toilets. So I get all this in. Now do the same here. Whoops-a-daisy. And then urinals would go along this section. And then finally hand dryers. Nice. I've actually gone one too many on this side, but it is what it is. I ain't gonna complain too much. That was evil, wasn't it? So what we'll do now is we'll get in some additional seating. So I could choose to do this seating. Now how far do I stick it from the end? So if I just put you there and you there, I'll delete those in just a moment. And I did a space, I did a space. And oops. Oh no, I didn't mean to do it like that. Alright, that's how we'll do it, like there. I'm going to try and replicate it here real quick. So that's run into here. No. Right, there we go. A little bit of additional seating. Now, this again, it will take some time to get this all done, because there's a lot to technically now build. But it shouldn't take them too long. Once they get the swarm of contractors over here, they should literally obliterate all of this. It don't take too long to build one of these objects. But again, I've learnt my lesson. I've got to build in stages. I've got to build in stages. So here come the swarm of them right now, which should get quite a bit of it then done. Which I got to make this one our female, and I can open it up. This one our male, and open it up. And now we've got 2 additional restrooms. Now we've already got some pretty close by anyway, but this is going to be cloned as a blueprint in many areas moving forward. So I've got to make sure I get this all right. Got to make sure I get it all right. So that's pretty much all good to go. So all that's left to do right now is build my little store. And then we Gucci boys. So still waiting for them to finalize all of this, which here come the last few objects now in. And are we going to be all done soon? Bam. We are all done. Nice. Now, probably one of my least favorite things to do in this game is build stores. I don't know what it is about building a store. It's just my least favorite thing to do. Now, I always forget this. Which way is it got to go? The bits stick out. Okay, gotcha. My least favorite thing to do, but I've got to get it in no matter what anyway. So we do 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. So this is the till area, which we'll build down to there. I'm going to build this like that, there and there. But obviously we need doors for the staff. There we go. And we'll also drop in a couple of plants. There we go. And obviously we then go into staff zone this area. So none of the passengers can walk through here. So we sort that out. Now stores then, this is what I don't like. It's the amount of shelving we have to technically do. So if I create a couple of rows here of aisles, and then do the same over here. And we'll then go for the larger ones. Oh, wrong ones. These ones. So I'm going to give it a 2 gap space. So 2 gap space. And do something similar here. There we go. And it's just all this little tiny stuff which takes a while to squeeze in, doesn't it? Now, it's not that I want to go crazy. It's just that it can be quite time consuming. But we'll go to there's about right. Yeah, that's about right, isn't it? Yeah. And just mimic it just here. So I just want a fair selection of each of the shelving is what I want. So that's the pedestal. Now this is the wall mounted, even though we technically don't have a wall. But I can kind of do it as a centerpiece, as if them connected to one another is the wall. And that creates like a complete middle aisle. Like that. Now we're on to the nice ones, which I don't know what nice means. I really don't know what that is referring to. So I'll do it like that anyway. And then we've got the basic. Again, don't know what basic means. But that's how we'll do it anyway. That's how we'll do it. It's not fully centered, but it will work. It shall work. Now, we're we're not saying fast forward. We're now putting into play mode to get this all done. And then I should be able, once this is then complete, be able to clone it. Which is going to make them take literally forever to get stuff done. Literally take forever. But then I've got a plan where the cloning is going to happen. So once they've got all this in, we've got to sign a contract to it. Now the problem is the more stores you get, the less of the smaller contracts you have available, and you start having to sign the bigger contracts, and you probably won't fulfill those contracts because of the current situation we're currently at right now in the airport, with the passenger ratios and all that kind of jazz. It's crazy because the only thing it really affects passenger ratios is the stores and restaurants. I mean, I think it also affects... I don't know what it affects, to be honest with you. Somebody told me that it doesn't affect how much money you earn from planes, but I feel like it does. Because but you also miss out on all the bathroom fees, all the restaurant fees, and the store fees that all those additional passengers would have given you because there's more passengers. All the additional parking fees. You know what I mean? It all adds up. And I don't know if it affects how much the plane earns. I mean, it doesn't affect how much the plane earns in terms of when it lands, parking fees, fuel fees, and all that. But it does affect the amount of people getting on and off the plane. So it does affect it, yeah. What am I talking about? Just absolute... Whoa! Big lag. Big spiky lag. So we're going to sign the contract here. We'll go for Billa. And we'll sign you. And there we go. So we now have that in. It looks really good, doesn't it? Now, I want to replicate something like this somewhere else, but I don't know where just yet. So if I utilize the blue carpet as being my marker point, and we have this go all the way go across. So it comes off 4, and it's a 60 by 4. And if I make this... Right, I'm trying to figure this out. If I make this... So it comes off by... Was it 4 did it come off by? Surely not. Yeah, it was. Sorry, it just felt a little bit close, that did. 4 is there. So 60 by 4 that way. And then we'll literally copy that one. That'll be the top of this one. Providing it all goes to plan. And then that then is... Wow, I messed up there, didn't I? Is 110. 110. So that would bring us down to there. Okay, that works. It gives us a reasonable amount of space and gap between each one. 4 by 10, which this going across. It works. Now you could argue this is quite a lot to have there when there's only a couple of gates where everybody could use this going left and right. I get it. Okay? I get it. But is there anything stopping me from creating an underground passage to access these areas? No. Because I don't think I'm going to build restaurants and stores down here. I'll build restrooms down there. But I'm thinking of doing like maybe at the top a way to kind of, or even there to down here. It depends on how it all falls. Probably at the top, an underground passage. So if you're at this gate, you could go underground, pop up to use the restroom and food and drinks and shopping and go back, and we'd have walkways underneath. It just makes the connectivity a whole lot easier, right? It really does. So I don't know how this is going to now work out. Hold left shift to copy rooms. So hold left shift to copy the rooms. Now the game's going to have a mental breakdown right now, what I'm trying to make it do. It's going to cry to me. It's like, Sadie, why are you doing this to me? Right, there we go. There we go. And you thought you had a mental breakdown then? Wait till I press the click button. Right, that is now in place. You ready for this? Oh, hold on, it just moved. Right. Now it has to think for about 20 years. It's just thinking right now for about 20 years' time of what it needs to do. Oh, beautiful. That was loud. That was loud. But we're still not done yet. We're still not out of the water. Damn, boy. There we go. That is now all in. So I'm thinking I might do additional underground passages. One this way up here. One there. I don't know whether to do it there because this one's so close, but I suppose if you're like here and want to walk that way, you know, it makes life a little bit easier for us. It just gives us the additional options. It really does. But that's a headache for a later date because I now know if I press play, the game's going to lag and it's going to take about 20 years to get built. Right, I've pressed play. I've pressed the play button. How long until they get this all done? At least we got everything cloned though. The only thing it doesn't clone is flooring. I'm still surprised the game doesn't allow us to clone flooring as well. What's the deal with that, boys? What's the deal with that? I have no idea. No idea. But here come the workmen anyway. This is where it all begins. This is where it all starts. This is where the lagging now begins. Oh, it's funny. Very, very, very funny. Can you please hurry up? Right, there's me complaining about saying, oh, it's going to take forever. But to be honest with you, I don't think it will take that long. I don't think it'll be much of an issue. Because a lot of them are just objects, which they insta-build almost. They technically almost insta-build. So I don't think you'll have any issues with that. It's just getting the goods to here. So they've got to go back and then kind of pick it up and then walk all the way over here again. Yeah. It's like now they've done the first little build. Now I've got to all walk back, pick up the goods, get back over here, and then do it all again. So the only thing it really should really take that long is maybe... Do you know, I think it'll all take the same, if I'm completely honest with you. I think it'll all take about the same amount of time. Who knows? Who knows? I'm scared to move right now in case the game starts lagging. But they're all coming back over again. They're like ants, baby. They're like ants. And a lot of this work is now getting done. So this is quite exciting then. So, while they do that, let's take a look. If I was to go down below, I could do a passage here where my mouse is. That would work. Which will go along here, and then will probably pop up over on this side. So it could work. There's going to be no issues with getting that done. No issues whatsoever. So am I able to find like the center point of all of this? Let me use my trusty old tool of blue flooring. I know. It's so trusty. It's so trusty. So there isn't really going to be a center point, if I'm completely honest with you. So that there is... I can't even see what that says. 102. So 51. So 51 is there. 51 by 51. So that is your center point there. So 50, so you're looking at a 25. And I'm going to assume from that point there. So this there, that one there is your center bit. That one there is your center bit. So I need from this point here to build some foundations underneath. Now if I start like there, yeah, we'll start there and then see what happens, because I'll build the elevator kind of stuff and all that kind of jazz, and then figure out if it's too big, too small, or completely the wrong shape in general. But how are they getting on over here anyway? I think we can now start turning. So this has got to be female. Turn you on. That's got to be male. Turn it on. Very good. So I've still got to do the flooring. Yeah, don't worry about that just yet. But they're pretty much almost done anyway. Last few generic items. A lot of them walking in. And we're waiting for them to build the underground section. So what's now left? Not a fat lot is the answer. Not a fat lot is left. Not a fat lot. So they could be working on this momentarily. Yeah, okay, some of them have started to build on it already. So that's good to see. Actually, now looking at it, is that even centered? Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. It is. Right, okay, so elevators then. Oh, hang on. As always, I've got to secure the area. How can I forget? How could I forget, boys? Right, elevators. So 1, 2. Okay, you're not really going to get the right amount of numbers, but if I put one centered there. There we go. So I was going to see how that looks up here. That's great. Right, we'll get all this built, and then we'll plan out our little underground corridors to fast pass or fast track to these areas. So I'm going to do the same up above as well. Now it's not perfectly centered, but it's completely fine. We're going to do the same up here as well to go to that side, but this will be my first test dummy. So I want to be able to access all these areas. So sign the contracts. Burger King, 125 sales bonus. Do you reckon you can even get that? 100 and McDonald's. This seems like a lot, doesn't it? We'll try and go for McDonald's. It just seems like a lot of customers at this moment in time. Only 30 for you. Right, that's perfect. We'll sign you. We'll assign you. Right, that's glorious. So then going down, and we'll do it to this side to begin with. I've got to build this all the way over like this. Which then means deleting this wall. And then also doing it as a secure area. And an international zone thrown in one. Now for this, we're going to rotate the elevators the opposite way around. So it'll literally face up this way. So, 1, 2, wait, what? Oh, it's blocking the gate. I mean, how busy is it really going to be? I'll place in one and see how we get on. How busy is it truly going to be? I don't know. But we're going to need a lot of walkolators. Some very long ones. Right, all the zoning was okay, right? Apart from the strip of wall that I deleted. Right, that's all good. They're actually getting this done quicker than I'm expecting them to get it done. So we're walkulated then. My longest ones are like that. Right. Which are these? Which I think I'm instead I'm just gonna clone these ones. Making life a lot easier for me. Right, put them there. I'll do one on the opposite end and then squeeze these then into the middle. Actually, looking at it, you're gonna have a 2 gap. Okay, I can't quite get in another set of large, but we can definitely do the medium. And then leave it like that. That is ridiculous. But it's a nice, sweet little way to access one side to the other. It should work out fairly well. So it's a quick little access route rather than doing a big loop. And I'll do another one eventually up there as well. So these stores in the middle become then quite accessible for the far stands in the other sections. So let me just sort out the floor. I'm just going to do a big stretch and then do it all individually. Flooring from edge to edge. Just down here. And then the bathroom. Easy peasy, mate. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right. How many walk... Okay, they built no walk layers. About to say, how many have they built right now? So... they're now starting to be built. Which is going to make them walking from point A to point B down here so much quicker. I'd like to know how many passengers are going to use these as well. Who's using them right now? There's actual passengers now using them. Which is amazing to see. But it is the middle of the night. So the airport is a little less busier than normal. Off they whiz. Now I want to apply that same logic elsewhere, but I'll do the rest of it next episode anyway. So I feel like we've made some good progress as of now. We just need to up those passenger numbers, baby. We're slightly managing right now, but again, there's only 700 people in the actual airport altogether. Right. Right. That is just now added additional layers to our airport. I can't believe how good that actually is, having those little crisscross sections. It's going to add so many additional layers to our airport of where how people can get to and from point A to point B. I'm already impressed. I'm already quite impressed. What are you complaining for? Yeah, I know it requires additional staff. They're not here yet. It's too early. You damn noob. You damn noob. But daily budget, even though I'm spending exuberant amount of cash the previous day, we made a big loss. But at least we know where it's all going. We're spending it like crazy right now. Our operating costs are getting a lot bigger, but we should start getting more money coming in, and hopefully the passenger numbers do start to increase yet again. We got it to 50%, so we'll see how far we can push this before my game just wants to go. But we should eventually start seeing some big numbers change. Some big numbers change. But it will take some time. It will take some time. We're going to end it for here, boys. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash a like button down below. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.